Those words from Marcus Aurelius, spoken thousands of years ago, still resonate deeply today. When external things trouble you, remember that your distress arises not from the events themselves, but from the judgments you make about them. You possess the power to withdraw those judgments at any moment. Furthermore, if a persistent aspect of your character is preventing you from adjusting your ingrained ways of thinking, that too is something you can address.
While subtly emphasizing the points you've made about the nature of his philosophy. While Marcus Aurelius might not have explicitly called himself a Stoic, as Gregory Hayes, a noted translator of Meditations, points out, Stoicism is undoubtedly the philosophical school he would have aligned with most closely. Hayes suggests that if asked about his studies, Marcus would likely have answered philosophy rather than Stoicism. In the ancient world, philosophy held a different significance than it often does today. It wasn't merely a topic for discussion but a practical design for living, a set of guiding principles for navigating life. This is precisely what the philosophy embodied in Marcus's writings offers us, a blueprint for how to live well. As Seneca wisely noted, life without a design is erratic. So, what were some of the key tenets in Marcus's design? Here are a few that particularly resonate. Put people first. The story of Marcus Aurelius during the Antonine Plague beautifully illustrates this. Amidst a devastating pandemic that ravaged Rome, with the economy in ruins and widespread death, Marcus's response was to auction off imperial possessions for 2 months to support the struggling populace. This act sent a powerful message. His own comfort and possessions were secondary to the needs of his people. This embodies the spirit of a leader who sacrifices for their team, prioritizing the well-being of others above personal gain. Never be overheard complaining, not even to yourself. Throughout Meditations, Marcus consistently emphasizes introspection over external blame. He advises against complaining and meddling in others' affairs, suggesting that when we observe objectionable behavior, we should first reflect on our own shortcomings. For the Stoic, self-improvement takes precedence over criticizing others. By focusing on what lies within our control, our thoughts, actions, and words, we recognize that external matters are the concern of others. Do only what's essential. Marcus offered a simple yet profound formula for both productivity and inner peace. If you seek tranquility, do less. He clarified that this doesn't mean doing nothing, but rather focusing on the essential. Which brings a double satisfaction: to do less, better. This principle serves as a valuable daily reminder to prioritize and concentrate on what truly matters. Waste no time worrying about other people's opinions. Marcus highlighted a curious human contradiction: our tendency to prioritize the opinions of others over our own self-love. He reminds us that other people's thoughts are outside our control, a core Stoic principle. Therefore, our energy should not be wasted on these external judgments. Don't suffer imagined troubles. Marcus urged himself, and by extension us, not to let the imagination be overwhelmed by potential future difficulties. The key is to focus on the present moment and avoid dwelling on anxieties about what might or might not happen. Focus on effort, not outcomes. Paradoxically, those who achieve the most often aren't fixated on winning. Marcus understood the folly of tying our well-being to external results. True success and inner peace come from dedicating ourselves to our actions and best judgment. If we give our all, that in itself is a victory, regardless of the final outcome. Ask this question. Marcus used a powerful question to clarify his priorities. You're afraid of death because you won't be able to do this anymore? This memento mori forces us to confront what truly matters. If our time were limited, what activities would we immediately cut out? The wisdom lies in eliminating those non-essential things now. Choose sympathy over outrage. Marcus believed that demanding a world devoid of negativity is unrealistic. He argued that those who act unjustly ultimately harm themselves, and therefore deserve pity rather than anger. He suggested that when wronged, we should consider whether our understanding of good and evil aligns with theirs, in which case we can excuse them, or differs, in which case they are misguided and warrant our compassion. Blow your own nose. Marcus questioned the tendency to pray for things we could potentially achieve ourselves. He advocated for self-reliance, urging us to get active in your own rescue, rather than passively waiting for external assistance. Think progress, not perfection. Recognizing the futility of striving for an unattainable ideal, Marcus advised us to be satisfied with even the smallest progress. Perfectionism often leads to stagnation, while focusing on incremental improvement fosters growth. Let go of anxiety. Marcus realized that anxiety often originates internally, within our own perceptions, rather than solely from external pressures. We have the power to discard it by shifting our perspective. Do the more difficult thing. At every crossroads, Marcus advocated choosing the option that challenges us most. This practice, both literally and metaphorically, builds resilience and fosters personal growth. Courage lies in consistently opting for the harder path. Wake up early. Even as an emperor with immense privilege, Marcus recognized the value of starting the day with discipline. He understood that winning the morning often sets the stage for a productive and fulfilling day. Be strict with yourself and tolerant of others. Stoicism, at its core, is a personal philosophy focused on self-improvement. While we should hold ourselves to high standards, it's crucial to extend forgiveness and understanding to others. Marcus's biographer, Ernest Renan, noted that his severity was confined only to himself, highlighting the importance of applying rigorous self-discipline while being compassionate towards others. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Strength isn't about being completely self-sufficient. It also involves the wisdom to seek support when needed. Marcus likened it to a soldier needing a comrade's assistance. Asking for help is often the bravest and most effective course of action. Treat success and failure the same. Marcus understood the fickle nature of external validation. He advised accepting both praise and criticism with equanimity, recognizing that neither truly defines our worth. Like a rock thrown in the air, our inherent value remains unchanged by external circumstances. Be free of passion and full of love. Marcus wasn't advocating for emotional suppression but rather for the management of destructive emotions, replacing them with love for fate, for others, and for life itself. The obstacle is the way. Marcus saw challenges not as roadblocks but as opportunities for growth and adaptation. The impediment to action advances action, he famously wrote. Every obstacle can be a chance to practice virtue. Always do the right thing. Ultimately, for Marcus, the focus was on acting with integrity. External factors like comfort, reputation, or even life itself were secondary to the importance of consistently choosing the ethical path.